Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hope you are doing well. This is your English period and please open your books today. Today we are going to read a very interesting poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, on page number 11. Student, this poem is written by Robert Lee Frost, and in the whole poem, the poet himself is the narrator of the poem. And what is the meaning of narrator? Narrator is a person who speaks about his personal experience of something. So this poem is related to the poet's own personal experience. So that is why poet himself is the narrator of the poem. And the text of the poem describes the thought of a speaker or the poet who has been pausing at night during his traveling to watch snow falling in the woods, and it ends with him reminding himself that despite the loveliness of the view, he has so many promises to keep and miles to go before sleep. So this was the little introduction of the poem, and I will discuss each stanza by stanza this poem, okay? So please keep your fingers from where I have started reading and keep your pencils in your hands to underline the difficult words, okay? Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Students, poet begins the poem, which you read here, with his questioner approach. This is the question he is asking now. Whose woods these are, I think I know. Intentionally he is wondering that these woods seemed familiar to him at some point in time, though he does not refer to the subject later on, okay? It's understood that both share memories in the past. The narrator here is passing by someone's residence and feeling chirping and feeling satisfied in his shadowy existence. Okay? My little horse must think it's queer. Underline the word queer. Queer means odd or strange. To stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Students, in this stanza, poet is interpreting the horse's thoughts, horse's feelings. As per him, horse seems to be surprised at this sudden intermission or this sudden pause along the woods. So as the verse indicates, the poet is bypassing the forest, yet the intensity of winter cold has rendered the lake frozen, right? So here in this stanza, in this point, the poet is fixed between two choices. And what are they? To heed home or to sink in the scenic view of the beauty of winter. He gives his harness bells a shake. Underline the word harness. Harness means the leather straps and bells used to control horse. To ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. Underline the word downy and flake. Downy means covered with fine soft hair or feather, and flakes mean a small or a flat or a very thin piece of something. As you can see in this picture, this is a flake of snow. In this stanza, again, that poet is talking about horse and horse's feelings. In this stanza, you can see that narrator, who himself is a poet, he continues to narrate the horse's mind, since the horse cannot speak his mind. But narrator says that the animal is awaiting the hold-up to end and continue his path home. So the poet is miles from anywhere deep in the woods where the only sound is that wind and snowflakes falling. Students, in the Robert Frost's imagery is at its best in this stanza. The poet affirms only three sounds in thick wood, And what are those sounds? The sound of wind, the sound of snow, and the sound of bell ringing. The last stanza is the essence of the whole poem. Listen it carefully. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Students, in this stanza, poet has a very he has conveyed very deep thoughts. It seems that narrator finds the forest very attractive and even yearns to spend some time near it and admire the surrounding. But he has so many tasks to complete and promises to keep. He might be having promises he has made up with his loved ones or with himself. This shows that he is focused. This shows that he is professional, due to which he is able to concentrate on his work and perform in the better manner. Okay, so this is all about the poem. But as a whole, what I think the conclusion, or you can say the basic theme of this poem, this poem is meant to reflect those moods or those sentiments when a person wants to relax and wants to do something that he or she enjoys or likes doing. But even then, he is forced to work on his or her professional duties or professional tasks that are important at the point of time. Okay? And they need to be done in certain time frame. This poem talks about the attitude of the narrator who know his priorities properly, and he wants to stop by woods and watch the scenery that may proven to be soothing and may be relaxing to him. He reminds himself of the professional approach and then carries on with the journey and to finish the task again. Students, for you being student and for me being a teacher, what I think for in this poem we have you can say a theme, or you can say a conclusion or thing to learn is that one must concentrate on fulfilling his promises and accomplishing his duties without being distracted by the pleasures of life. Got the point? You might be having so many things that make you please, that give you pleasure, but your duties being a student or my duties being a teacher, they are more important than to make ourselves amused with those beauties. Got the point? So this is all about the poem. Hope you have understood the basic theme of the poem, and inshallah in our next session I will give you the central idea or the summary of the poem to write. Till then, goodbye.